Welcome to Allie's Attic, where you never know what kind of surprise you'll find in my attic. I'm your host, Allie, and today my surprise is a lady who basically is an 80s girl at heart. She does love a wide range of genres, and she has very eclectic musical tastes. Please welcome Sharon West. Hello, Sharon.
Hello, Ali. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Really great.
We were just talking about how crazy this week is because Christmas is Sunday. Well, Christmas Eve is Sunday. Christmas Day is Monday.
Yeah, yeah.
Insane.
Crazy time
Insane.
of year. Crazy
Yes,
time of year.
crazy time. Um, so Sharon, I love your music. I love you. I love talking
Oh,
to you on
thank
Twitter.
you.
Yeah. Now, you are in Yorkshire, right? In the
I
UK.
am.
And is it Yorkshire or Yorkshire?
York, we say Yorkshire, but I think that's an accent thing.
Okay. Okay. I just didn't want to make it the wrong way. Now, you've been performing professionally as a singer for quite a number since you were 20, right?
That's correct. Yeah, quite a long time now. Yeah. So
So,
about far too many years than I care to admit to.
yeah, but you know what? It just makes us wiser and better and like
True.
a fine wine, right?
Yeah, this
Um,
is true.
so tell me your journey.
Um, it started from quite a young age, really. I started in singing when I was at school, really, doing the choirs and the performances that we did in school, plays and musical theatre and that kind of thing that we did. And then when I left school, I didn't sing for a while, and then because my friends sort of forced me onto karaoke. And I was picked up by a band through singing on karaoke. I was offered a job, which I was absolutely terrified at the prospect of getting up and singing in front of people. Uh, but then I sort of did that for about 7 years, and we used to do quite a lot of different places. We travelled all over the country. We did American Army bases, lots of big cabaret venues, which I don't think, well, a lot of that doesn't really exist anymore. But yeah, all over the place. And then as I've got older, I've worked with a number of original bands, sort of writing their own material and sort of co-writing some stuff with a friend. And then he sort of said to me, "Why aren't you writing your own?" Um, which I replied, "Well, actually, I've written quite a bit of my own, but I've just never done anything with it." So I had a bit of a rap on the knuckles for not doing anything with it, and decided to go into the studio. And the rest, as they say, is history.
Is history.
It
Now,
is.
you do love the 80s music, like George Michael. I mean, like God
I do.
rest in peace. I am so sad that he's no longer with us because he
Oh,
was
I know.
amazing.
He provided when I talk about George Michael, I say that he provided the soundtrack to my life, because being a sort of teenager right through to sort of my more mature years, I've always loved everything that he's done. So and then people also, other bands, other great singers from that sort of time frame
Yeah.
were my thing, and I think that I've stuck with that quite a lot. And I don't know whether that's maybe reflected a little bit in the way I write songs, or I think there's a slightly 80s vibe to some of it, and a slightly country vibe to some of it. I think it's a bit of a mixture of things, but I think it does reflect probably what I like myself.
Well, and I like that you do that. I like that you don't pigeonhole yourself. You're not one genre. You're a number of
No,
different genres.
yeah. I think so. I think when you're writing, it's probably harder to pigeonhole yourself, if I'm honest. I think if you sort of say, well, I only write rock music, I only write country music, or I only write pop music, you're restricting yourself really as an artist. So I think it's quite nice to be able to just write what actually comes from the heart and get that down on paper, and start that. Each process is quite different for each song. You sort of get a tune in your head, and it goes where it goes.
Yeah, well, years go wonderfully. Now,
Oh,
you say that most of your music's based on your personal experiences, and those are the
it is.
people around you.
Yes, it is. Like that sort of thing. I look at it like so one of the songs. The first song that I wrote was about a friend who'd gone through quite a sad breakup, and it was about how she sort of dealt with that, and being as an outsider, sort of looking in and seeing the person change very, very, drastically from how they've been previously to how they are or how they were, and then making the journey back to being a happy person again, I suppose, if you want to
Yeah,
sort of use.
and
Yeah,
we all know that's not a fun journey.
you do.
And like you said, like love, life, and loss are featured very
Yes,
heavily in your writing.
That's
Um,
right.
and it does, like you say, it helps your audience relate to you on a
I,
personal musical level, and it totally does.
yeah, I think people, like you were just sort of saying that that particular song resonates with a lot of people. I think because there's not many people who've had one relationship in their entire life, and that's been the start and finish of everything. We do move on in life, and I think that's sort of reflected in that one, and that's why people tend to relate to that because they can sort of understand how people would have felt in that situation. I think.
Definitely. And that's what I love about songwriters because they always capture something that's happened in your life because we all go
Yeah,
through similar experiences. So to be able to, I can't write a song if my life depended on it, and it
I
just
think.
blows my
Thank God.
mind. Yeah, no, it would be awful. It just blows my mind how I'm sitting there and like say I'm having, I went through a breakup and then I hear this song and it's just like, oh my God, that's totally like exactly what I'm feeling. And I love
Yeah,
it. I love it. Um,
yeah,
Now your first single, Breathe, was
yeah.
released on the 24th of July in 2017.
It was, yeah. That was the actual song I was just relating to, the one about the breakup, and I'd written that. I had quite a big bank of songs that I'd written because I started off sort of more writing poetry, to be honest, and then they've become songs over time. But that particular one, I felt quite strongly about writing that one. And it's been quite popular. I've had some really lovely feedback from people.
Yeah.
Like particular people who said, yeah, it totally, resonates with me because I went through that, or I really felt like that, and it's quite nice to know that it's relatable and for
Yeah.
people to sort of connect with what I'm writing. I think that's a wonderful thing.
Well, definitely, definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why you do what you do. And I mean, like you said, it's gained you thousands of followers. You've
Oh,
had airplay across the globe.
we have.
Um,
Yeah, it's amazing.
it's no, it's not. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful song. It's not amazing at all. It's just what should have happened. Um, and it's significantly raising your public and social media profiles, which I mean are so important nowadays.
Yeah, I think that's how people tend to get out there. To be honest, I think with things like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, they're where everybody is now, and people who are looking for new music do sort of tend to trial the internet quite a lot. It's quite popular. I've talked to people who are involved in record labels, and they've said exactly the same thing, that people don't necessarily buy music in the traditional way. When I was a teenager, it was going out and buying vinyl,
Yeah.
and everything was on vinyl. And then when CDs and things came into popularity, it was like, I'm going to get rid of all my vinyl now. I need to start using CDs. And now everybody's downloading, everybody's streaming. So it's all this big thing about everything's done on social media. So I don't think that's been quite a driving force for me, if I'm honest.
Well, and I mean, I find it very important doing what I do, but it's funny you were
Yeah.
talking about vinyl because I had such a collection of records. It wasn't even funny because I've just been a music fan like since I was born.
Forever.
Um,
Forever.
and my ex has them all. And I'm so sad. I don't have actually one. I just want to hold one in my hands. Just one, I miss them. I miss them. But I mean, for the independent artists nowadays, social media and the way they do music now is such a help because I know when I was in radio for 18 years, we couldn't play indie. I mean, it had to be top 20, top 40. You know what I mean? Like whatever was like the big thing. So doing this for me is beautiful because I get to discover artists like you and new music, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Now, your newest track, Blindsided, was released on the 20th of November.
It was.
And it's going to be one of the tracks on your forthcoming album, which is due for completion in spring of 2018.
That's right, yeah. I'm in and out of the studio all the time now because, like everybody else, I've got to sort of pay the bills. So I've got a day job that sort of helps to fund going into the studio. But yeah, that's the plan, is to get the album done for spring. Possibly release another single before we release the album because I think it's probably going to be a 9-track album. So we could maybe squeeze another single out of that, I think, before the release date of the album. That would be quite nice, just to keep momentum going a little bit, I think.
Yeah, just to keep you relevant, so everybody keeps. Oh yeah.
Always her again.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing that it's her again.
Yeah.
What is Blindsided about?
again, it's about some people that I sort of know, that have sort of worked together for quite a long time, or have known each other for quite a long time, and never really saw each other as more than friends. And then just one day something sort of clicked, and this person that's been under their nose all of the time has been the ideal person for them. And these people I'm talking about are now together in a relationship, and it's very lovely. And yeah, so it was basically around the fact that sometimes the right person for you can be right under your nose every day, and you've not really paid them any attention.
I love that. I love that that's about that. Um,
Yeah,
Now, in recent months, you've obtained PR representation, which
I
has
have.
helped immensely.
It
I urge
has,
every
yes.
artist, if they can do it, do it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big thing. The publicity side is something that, because it's not my strength, I will admit. The social media side of things, I'm quite decent at, but when it comes to sort of, plugging anybody for anything in particular, I don't know where to start. So this guy who I'm using, who's actually based in America, he's done quite a few things for me quite recently. One of them being in a magazine that I've actually got a full page article about me, which is quite astounding.
Yeah, and that was the DNA magazine in December.
It did. Yeah, I've got like a real mixture of people that follow me. I do have quite a broad sort of LGBT type following. So a lot of the gay community seems to be quite enjoy my music, which is quite a wonderful thing. But the DNA magazine is specifically aimed at sort of that community of people, and that's where the piece has gone, and it seems to have been really popular. So I waited for my copy because it's published in Australia, so it's published over there, but then it's distributed around the world. So obviously, when it comes out over there, it doesn't necessarily come out at the same time anywhere else. So I've had to order my copy online, and I'm sitting at the letterbox every day, hoping that my magazine's going to come through the door so I can frame my article.
No kidding. That is such an exciting thing. I would be doing the same thing. I would be
Yeah.
I'd be hassling the mailman.
Chasing the
Where is
postman.
it? Yeah, exactly. Now I'm glad that you talked about the LGBT community. Nothing but love from me, and I would love to have way more of them on my show.
Yeah.
The reason I'm glad you mentioned it is I'm a Voice fanatic.
Really?
Oh my God, Blake Shelton is I'm so in love with that man. I used to like Gwen Stefani. No, I'm joking. I still like Gwen Stefani, but the finale was last night, and
Yes.
they had one of the guys come back, because they always have some of the people that have been on the show come back, and he did the entire song in drag with a bunch of other drag artists, and
Yeah.
it was the highlight of that entire show. It was
I love drag.
phenomenal. It was just amazing. So
I love drag artists. So the costumes and the performances are just fabulous.
Yeah,
Absolutely
well,
fabulous.
like
Yeah.
my mom said, how many women are sitting there watching right now going, "Oh my God, why can't I look that good?" And I'm like,
Yeah,
"No,
look
don't."
at those legs.
Yes. There was one that was just like, wow. Anyways, like that's completely off track, but because you mentioned
Digressing
that
now.
community, I was like, wait, I want to talk about this. Um, Now, because you have been doing this for a while, and you always are at work, and like you said, you have two jobs. Most independent artists do.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Um,
Just trying to make ends meet and pay for everything that needs to be done.
exactly. I mean, it has
Yeah.
to be. Now, Sharon, if you had any advice to give a new artist that was just starting out, what kind of advice do you think you would give them?
I think firstly is to not give up, because I think it's quite easy to think I'm never going to get anywhere. It's really hard work, and it is. I wouldn't want to kid anybody and think you're going to be an overnight sensation just by releasing one song. But it's about getting plenty of publicity, promoting, a lot of self promotion, contacting people like yourself so that you can actually get some exposure. Because I've spoken to quite a lot of online radio stations, and like you said, a lot of people from those kind of stations are playing indie music now. So there's far more interest in the non commercial stuff that's being played over and over again on your commercial stations, because you tend to find the playlist will play repeated over the course of the day, and people do get a little bit fed up with it, hearing the same thing over and over again. So just keep working at it, talk to people, promote yourself as much as you possibly can. If you can look at getting some PR, fine, but if not, just do as much as you can on self-promotion. Use social media, set up, a separate Facebook page, use Twitter. I found Twitter to be really, really helpful in contacting people. I think probably most of my online radio station contacts have come through being on Twitter. So I think the social media connections are massive, and that's where you really need to sort of divert your attention. There are probably a lot of young people are on that already, I would imagine. But if anybody who's not, I think it's a key thing to be doing.
Yeah, definitely it is. And I mean, that advice is wonderful, because I can see the shift starting where it's going more towards indie music, because I mean, we're tired of hearing the same thing. Like you said, I worked at a top 40 radio station. By the time I got home, if anybody played any of the songs that were on that radio station, I would just cringe, because it was just like, oh my God, I've just heard that song 7 times during my shift. Yeah, it's crazy. But I'm so happy that it's finally starting to shift, because there are so many talented artists out there just like you who have such great music. So I'm happy. I'm happy. That's why I do this, because I mean, when I was in radio, I couldn't play indie.
You're promoting people that you are actually listening to music and picking out things that you like and that you want to play.
Exactly.
So sharing that with everybody else, that's a good way it's a fabulous way to promote anybody.
Yeah, well, I know when I get songs from artists that are coming on my show, there's people that I send them to. Listen to this. You got to listen to this. I'm sure I drive them crazy. But anyways, your songs have been sent, by the way. My partner, I guess I'll call him, I don't know, my boyfriend sounds weird. Yeah, he absolutely loves Blindsided. That's why I wanted to talk about it. Yeah, he absolutely loves it. So
that's really lovely to know.
Yeah, so yeah, sharing your music and getting promotion is just, it's so key. I want to say thank you so much for coming on. But first, okay, so we've already talked about the 2 songs that we're going to hear.
We have.
And we're going to hear Breathe and Blindsided, so people can know exactly what we're talking about.
Fabulous, that's wonderful. Thank
you. And people are going to fall in love with them just like I did. I mean, they're beautiful songs, Sharon. I'm so happy that you came on my show. You have no idea. It's been
thank you.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming, so I'm glad. I mean, yeah, we've become like friends throughout all this whole process. So yeah, thank you so much for coming on, and I wish you a Merry Christmas and all the best.
And you, Merry Christmas to you, Ali. The show was absolutely fabulous. I was thrilled that you've actually invited me on, so thank you very much for asking me to chat.
Gosh, thank you for coming on. And your music can be bought online, as well as your website, which is going to be up on my website. People can just click on it and go straight to you and find you and discover how wonderful you are. And you're an absolute sweetheart, which is even better. So thank you again. And thank you for joining me on Allie's Attic. Keep checking my website, because you never know what kind of surprises you'll find in my attic. Cheers!